The summary with all 20 chapters of The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Dr. Joseph Murphy. Chapter 1, The Treasure House Within You. The book opens with the bold claim that every human possesses an internal gold mine containing everything needed for a glorious life. This treasure house is the subconscious mind, a creative force that responds to the nature of your thoughts. Murphy distinguishes between the magnetized person, who is full of faith and confidence, and the demagnetized person, who is paralyzed by fear. By understanding that the subconscious is the seat of emotions and the builder of the body, you can begin to extract wealth, health, and joy simply by changing your mental focus. The secret of the ages is the miracle-working power found in your own subconscious, which acts as the silent servant to your conscious commands. Chapter 2. How Your Own Mind Works. Murphy explains the dual nature of the mind by comparing the conscious mind to a watchman at the gate and the subconscious to the engine of a ship. The conscious mind is the reasoning, objective faculty that makes choices, while the subconscious is the subjective faculty that accepts those choices as absolute truths. Because the subconscious does not reason or argue, it will manifest a negative suggestion just as faithfully as a positive one. This chapter emphasizes the law of suggestion, teaching that your life is a result of the seeds you plant in your mental garden, and that by guarding your conscious thoughts, you control your destiny. Chapter 3, The Miracle-Working Power of Your Subconscious. This chapter dives into the biological functions governed by the subconscious, such as your heartbeat, blood circulation, and breathing. Murphy argues that because the subconscious created your physical body from a single cell, it possesses the intelligence to repair and heal it. By shifting your attention away from symptoms and disease and focusing on the blueprint of perfect health, you give the subconscious a new set of instructions. He shares that the subconscious is the master chemist, capable of transforming your physical state when you provide it with the right mental images. Chapter 4, Mental Healings in Ancient Times. Murphy explores the history of miracles across different cultures and religions, suggesting that the common denominator in all healings is the blind faith of the individual. Whether through relics, holy water, or ancient rituals, the external object merely served as a psychological trigger to release the healing power of the person's own subconscious mind. He concludes that the power that heals is not in the object itself but in the absolute belief of the seeker, proving that the subconscious reacts to the mental conviction of the person regardless of the religious framework used. Chapter 5, Mental Healings in Modern Times. In a modern context, Murphy defines healing as a scientific prayer or a mental alignment with the infinite intelligence within. He explains that healing occurs when the subconscious is freed from the mental blockages of fear, anxiety, and doubt. The process involves 3 steps: acknowledging the problem, turning it over to the subconscious with conviction, and resting in the feeling that the solution is already manifested. He stresses that this is a psychological law of cause and effect, where a focused mental state of wholeness inevitably produces a healthy physical result. Chapter 6, Practical Techniques in Mental Trainings. Murphy introduces practical tools to program the mind, emphasizing that the subconscious responds to imagery rather than forced willpower. He details the mental movie method, where you visualize a specific scene, like holding a sold sign or receiving a diploma, to convince the subconscious of its reality. To bypass the critical conscious mind, he suggests the passivity technique, performing these visualizations in a drowsy, relaxed state just before sleep. He also introduces the Baudouin technique, which involves repeating a short, rhythmic phrase that summarizes your desire until it sinks into the subjective mind as an accomplished fact. Chapter 7, The Tendency of the Subconscious is Lifeward. This chapter asserts that the natural state of the subconscious is one of harmony, growth, and preservation. The subconscious is always working to protect your life and heal your wounds, even when you are asleep. Murphy explains that all misery, sickness, and poverty are the results of thinking against the lifeward flow. When you align your conscious thoughts with concepts of love, peace, and abundance, you are working with the grain of your nature. By staying in tune with this creative inner power, you ensure that your mental and physical life moves toward constant improvement. Chapter 8, How to Get the Results You Want. Murphy addresses why many people fail to see results from their prayers or affirmations, citing the law of reversed effort. This happens when you try too hard. The more you struggle to believe, the more you reinforce the idea that the thing you want is missing. To get results, you must replace effort with effortless ease. You must reach a state of mental rest where you accept the desired outcome as a present fact. When the conscious and subconscious minds are in agreement, the results are guaranteed, but any conflict between the two will always result in the subconscious following the more dominant emotion, which is usually fear. Chapter 9: How to use the power of your subconscious for wealth. Wealth is described not as a stroke of luck but as a subconscious conviction. Murphy suggests that if you want to attract money, you must stop criticizing it or resenting those who have it. By repeating the word wealth quietly and with feeling before sleep, you identify yourself with the idea of abundance. The subconscious is like a bank, it magnifies whatever you deposit. If you deposit thoughts of lack, you get more lack. If you deposit thoughts of prosperity, your subconscious will lead you to opportunities and ideas that generate financial success. Chapter 10: Your right to be rich. Murphy argues that it is your spiritual right to lead a life of abundance and that poverty is a mental disease that should be eradicated. He explains that money is simply a symbol of exchange and that a healthy attitude toward it ensures it flows through your life constantly. By blessing money and realizing that it is divine substance in use for good, you remove the mental short circuits that push wealth away. You are here to grow, expand, and unfold spiritually and materially, and the subconscious is the tool that makes this expansion possible. When the conscious and subconscious minds are in agreement, the results are guaranteed, but any conflict between the two will always result in the subconscious following the more dominant emotion, which is usually fear. Chapter 9: How to use the power of your subconscious for wealth. Wealth is described not as a stroke of luck but as a subconscious conviction. Murphy suggests that if you want to attract money, you must stop criticizing it or resenting those who have it. By repeating the word wealth quietly and with feeling before sleep, you identify yourself with the idea of abundance. The subconscious is like a bank, it magnifies whatever you deposit. If you deposit thoughts of lack, you get more lack. If you deposit thoughts of prosperity, your subconscious will lead you to opportunities and ideas that generate financial success. Chapter 10: Your right to be rich. Murphy argues that it is your spiritual right to lead a life of abundance and that poverty is a mental disease that should be eradicated. He explains that money is simply a symbol of exchange and that a healthy attitude toward it ensures it flows through your life constantly. By blessing money and realizing that it is divine substance in use for good, you remove the mental short circuits that push wealth away. You are here to grow, expand, and unfold spiritually and materially, and the subconscious is the tool that makes this expansion possible. Chapter 11: Your subconscious mind as a partner in success. Success is presented as a three-step internal process rather than an external achievement. First, you must find a vocation you love, as passion aligns your work with the lifeward flow of the subconscious. Second, you must specialize and strive for excellence in your field to build competence and mastery. Third, your success must serve a social motive, benefiting others to ensure the full backing of infinite intelligence. By viewing the subconscious as a silent business partner that provides guidance and ideas, you stop struggling and begin to attract prosperity through the law of cause and effect. Chapter 12: Scientists use the subconscious mind. This chapter highlights how some of the world's greatest scientific breakthroughs came not from conscious reasoning but from the subconscious mind. Murphy cites inventors who received complex solutions in dreams or moments of relaxation. He explains that when you saturate your conscious mind with a problem and then relax or go to sleep, the subconscious, which has no boundaries, finds the answer in the universal storehouse of knowledge. By trusting this infinite intelligence, you can receive guidance and creative ideas that are beyond your logical reach. Chapter 13: Your subconscious and the wonders of sleep. Sleep is presented as a vital period of spiritual and mental activity where the subconscious is most active. Murphy advises against going to bed with worries or anger, as these will be amplified by the subconscious during the night. Instead, use the moments before sleep to give your subconscious orders, to solve a problem, heal a body part, or bring a specific opportunity. He calls sleep a divine counsel where you can be guided and protected, provided you enter it with a mind full of peace and expectation of good. Chapter 14, Your Subconscious Mind and Marital Problems. Murphy applies his principles to the home, stating that the root of marital discord is often found in the subconscious patterns of the individuals involved. To attract the right partner, you must first construct a mental image of the qualities you desire in a mate and dwell on those qualities. Within a marriage, he advises partners to stop trying to change each other through criticism, which only builds resentment in the subconscious. Instead, they should practice mental harmony by visualizing each other's success and happiness, allowing the subconscious to heal the relationship from the inside out. Chapter 15, Your Subconscious Mind and Your Happiness. Happiness is described as a habit that must be chosen daily. Murphy asserts that you are not happy because of external events, but because of your internal reaction to them. He suggests starting every morning by affirming that divine order and peace govern your life. By consciously choosing thoughts of joy and gratitude, you program your subconscious to seek out and create happy experiences. He warns that allowing others to dictate your mood is a surrender of your mental power. True happiness is an internal state of being that you command. Chapter 16, Your Subconscious Mind and Harmonious Human Relations. This chapter focuses on the golden rule from a psychological perspective. Murphy explains that whatever you think or feel about another person, you are actually recording in your own subconscious. If you harbor ill will or jealousy, you are poisoning your own mind. To have harmonious relationships, you must wish for others what you wish for yourself. By practicing empathy and mental goodwill, you align your subconscious with the law of love, which causes people to respond to you with kindness and cooperation. Chapter 17, How to Use Your Subconscious Mind for Forgiveness. Forgiveness is presented as a practical necessity for mental health and success. Murphy argues that holding a grudge is like keeping a hot coal in your pocket, it only burns you. To truly forgive, you must reach a point where you can think of the person or event without feeling a sting of pain. He offers a technique of blessing the person who hurt you and wishing them well. This cleanses the subconscious of negative energy, freeing up your creative power to focus on your own goals and well-being. Chapter 18, How Your Subconscious Removes Mental Blocks. Murphy addresses the power of habit, explaining that habits are simply grooves in the subconscious mind. Whether it is an addiction or a tendency toward procrastination, you cannot break a habit through willpower alone, as struggle only reinforces the block. Instead, you must use your imagination to see yourself as free and at peace. By visualizing the aftermath of being cured, the joy of your family or the sense of personal victory, you provide the subconscious with a new blueprint that eventually overrides the old habit. Chapter 19, How to Use Your Subconscious Mind to Remove Fear. Fear is defined as faith turned upside down. It is the belief that something bad will happen. Murphy encourages readers to face their fears directly, stating that if you do the thing you fear, the death of fear is certain. He teaches how to use counter-suggestions. If you are afraid of failure, spend time every day visualizing success. Since the subconscious cannot hold two opposing thoughts at once, the persistent suggestion of confidence and courage will eventually crowd out the fear. Chapter 20, How to Stay Young in Spirit Forever. In the final chapter, Murphy argues that aging is more a mental process than a physical one. You are as young as you feel and as useful as you think you are. He encourages people to never retire from life or learning. By keeping the mind open to new ideas and maintaining a vibrant spirit, you command your subconscious to keep your body and intellect keen. Old age should be seen as a time of wisdom and dawn, not as a period of decline, ensuring that you remain productive and happy throughout your entire life.